Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'd like to thank everybody for returning to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome to my channel. This is going to be my year update, and my year is not actually to the end of June, but I don't feel like it's going to be much of a difference from now till then. So basically, for those who don't know, I went to Dr. Santucci in Austin, Texas at the Crane Center and had RFF phalloplasty with vaginectomy, scrotoplasty, UL, urethral lengthening, what else? I think that's it. Oh, glandsplasty too. So basically, I'm just going to show y'all my scars about a year out and talk a little bit about anything that I've been going through. So let me take my watch off real quick so you can see. So this is my arm. If you can see, let me try to focus this. That's my arm. I actually got a little, let's see if I can, right here, a little cut that I did when I was cutting the yard and doing my landscaping. And this was about 2 weeks ago, and it's already closed back. So it was bleeding and everything. So that's just to give you an idea of how fast that heals now. I had, they put Integra underneath my skin. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Let's see if I can focus this a little better. What else? Oh, and it's, as you can see, it's a lot darker than my actual complexion here. I don't wear a sleeve anymore. So I stopped wearing a sleeve about, I barely wore it for real. So it gets a lot of sun exposure. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it or if it's just the way that my body heals. But it is, as you can see, darker than my complexion. But that's okay. Unless you're really getting up into me, you don't really notice it. And from a distance, it probably looks like a tattoo. So, what else? I'll show you my arm my leg in a second. So for those who don't know, they took the skin from my arm and made it into a phallus, or a penis, a dick. And they took the skin from my leg to cover up what they took from my arm. So let me stand up and show y'all my leg. So this right here is basically my problem area, close up to here. It's still pink. And what I don't like is it looks really dry, really bad, like alligator skin. But it's actually really soft. It just doesn't look all that great. I'll probably get a tattoo over that as well, just because. And some people might not believe it, but my scars, honestly and truly, really don't bother me. Let me show you again my arm. This is the worst part about my arm, I think. It's raised a little here. Hypertrophic scarring. That's the worst part about it. And it's soft. It doesn't blend very well. And that's fine. I do get people staring at me every now and then, but I just act like I don't see it. And nobody's going to say nothing to you, so it's not a big deal. Again, it doesn't bother me. I think a part of me likes scars, imperfections. Everybody's imperfect, so it is what it is. This guy next door is cutting his grass. I let him borrow my lawnmower. Now he's cutting right next to me filming. Anyway, so the size, I feel like it shrunk a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it got a little bit smaller. I remember when I first got the surgery, how heavy my dick felt when I would stand up and when it wasn't being held by anything. It was just super heavy, and I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't go bigger because this is a lot. But now that I'm used to it, I probably could have gone bigger. Now, I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm proud of the size that I do have. But I could have always gone bigger. The only thing about that is they would have had to go even more up my arm in the, as you can see, because they had to do this right here to get the nerve out, and I'm good with that. Like, everything's perfect. I didn't have any complications. For those who also, I didn't have any complications. First time voiding, standing to pee, they suggest you do it in the shower. That went perfectly well. Everything came out where it's supposed to go, right out the tip of the phallus. My healing was very good. Now I do want to get tattooed I want to get my dick tattooed just so it can look more realistic, because it is lighter than my genital area. You know, genitals are usually a lot darker than the rest of your body. How this is gonna sound very weird, very funny probably, but to me it's just real life. Like I'm a very honest person. I didn't start getting better feeling till I started jacking off a lot. That's gonna sound weird, and I'll tell you why. Because when I first got top surgery, before I got top surgery, I barely had feeling to begin with, just to be honest. But when I got top surgery, I didn't have feeling at all. Like, you could touch me anywhere and I wouldn't know where you're touching me. And then it wasn't until I went and got a tattoo on my chest that the feeling started coming in more. Like, I know exactly where I'm touching, you know, right now. And so I took that logic and I was like, well, I'm gonna do the same thing, but what is gonna make that happen? So I just started basically, and then the surgeon recommends, I know Dr. Crane and Dr. Santucci, they recommend you actually masturbate. So once you're clear to do so. So I did that, and the more I do it, the more feeling I get. So I have feeling at the base where my original anatomy is buried, and I have feeling along the bottom where they stitched me up, and I have feeling at the top, the tip of it. I don't really have temperature sensation throughout the whole thing, and that's fine, because what do I need to know if it's hot or if it's cold? It's not a big deal. As long as I have erotic sensation, which is sexual sensation, and I can feel, you know, some touching, then that's great for me. I don't have any complaints, honestly. I'm happy with everything. Sex. Okay, so I haven't actually used my penis for sex, so I can't answer those questions. I think it's so weird because when I first had surgery, the most painful part for me were the balls that they created. And it's like a whole 180, because now I can't even feel my balls. It's just literally a sack of skin and I can't feel any of it. Like, I could be sitting on them, squishing them, whatever, and I just won't know it. I do get a tiny sensation of knowing there's pressure there. Like, I'm probably sitting on them, but it's not anything super painful like you see, you know, cis men or, you know, people with penis or whatever that were born with them, get hit in the balls, in the dick, whatever, and they like go to grab, and you know, they're scared it's gonna be painful. For me, it's just like, only reason I would do that is because of my actual dick. Like, that shit hurts. But the balls, it doesn't, I don't feel anything. So I am having my second stage October 12th. I had a phone consultation with obviously the same surgeon, Dr. Santucci, and basically he already knows everything about me, so it was just, okay, give me a date type of deal. I didn't have to get any more letters or any of that, because it's basically a continuation of what I've already gotten. I have bad posture. That's why I have back problems now. Let me sit back a little. What else? So he just basically updated me on how a procedure will go. I had questions for him. So my main concern was I had a perfect UL. Is me getting the penile implant and the balls, is that going to affect my urethra? And he said no, he won't go anywhere near there. He's gonna not tamper with it at all. He said the only thing he's gonna do is cut my balls, and that's a sensitive tissue, so it's possible to lose some of the tissue because it's so thin. So he can input the implants. So the implants are basically like people that get breast augmentation, where they put the saline sacs in there. It's basically the same thing, except they're very small balls that they put in your balls. My body could possibly reject it in the implant that's going inside. So you can't get an erection on your own. You have to get a erectile device, and with the erectile device, it's either a rod or a pump. With the rod, it's just like one rods where you bend it however you want it to go, and it's not going to be completely hard. It's called a semi-rigid rod, and it's but it'll give you enough rigidity so you'll be able to penetrate. The pump, the where you actually pump it, that goes inside of your ball. So one ball will be a saline sac, and the other ball will be the pump part of the pump. And again, that might be to where it won't get at an actual stand up, you know, but it'll be enough rigidity to penetrate. So I'm excited for that, because who wants to walk around with a limp noodle all the time? Like, and this is just a personal thing for me. I get so sometimes like I don't want to wear certain stuff just because you literally can't see a print sometimes, and it's like that makes me feel a type of way. And it shouldn't matter, because I'm sure there's a lot of guys that don't have a print that were born with dicks, but for me it's a thing, right? So because I had a print when I was packing, so all of a sudden now I don't have one. That's just a personal thing, and that's just because the way that, for one, my penis is lower than it would normally sit, just because of how long it is, for one, and because of where they put it. So Dr. Tucci did say he's gonna lift it up, and I also want to get what's called a glance implant. So it's where they make the head look more like they have that ridge on it. So now mine is kind of flat. I won't say it's flat, and it just really pretty much look like that. So I want to get that done as well, and hopefully they can, because it'll make it look more realistic. But other than that, I don't have any complaints. It doesn't look crazy, you know. I am thinking about uploading my pictures to TRANSBUCKET, just so people can actually see a black person have gone through this, because we don't heal the same as everyone else. I've mentioned that before. So once you post something like that, you can't take it back. So other than that, I won't even know what to do with my life after I've done all my surgeries, because my life is literally revolved around me getting the next surgery and the next surgery and the next process. You know. My lawnmower. It's 10:14 at night. I'm making a video about ding-a-ling-a-ling, trans ding-a-ling-a-ling, and damn, I don't got no more water. I have to get me some water. I think I put out a decent information. I mean, it's not the most visual shit, but you can listen to it and understand that, you know, the process of stuff. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up on Facebook at Deshawn. I don't have any other social media besides Snapchat, and I rarely get after that. I really won't have this stuff to talk about anymore. People haven't really asked me any more questions, and I feel like I've answered all the questions, except for when it comes to sex. When you don't have a erectile device, you have to come up with other ways to have sex, like 2 condoms, Cobain around, wrapped around it, and all that. I'm not doing all that. But it's real soft, so you can't even penetrate with it until you have an erectile device. Or if you had all, you might have enough rigidity to actually be able to penetrate. I'm a real homebody in my home. That you see where I'm always recording. Plus, who really records this type of stuff outside? But I'm gonna try to change that. I'm trying to go outdoors more, and give y'all different stuff to look at, or give y'all videos that doesn't have anything to even do with trans. That's not a big part of my life. That's just one little piece of it, and I'm just sharing it because, again, it's not that many resources out there for black people that are, especially black trans men who are interested in getting bottom surgery. I feel like doctors should know a little bit more, though. Be more, I don't even want to say trans-inclusive, but trans-inclusive, because we go to the doctor too, you know? So I want to be able to ask you something, to be confident in your answer. So for anybody out there that's aspiring to be a doctor or whatever the case may be, can you please educate yourself on trans issues and trans bodies, because it gets a little bit ridiculous. I've noticed more hair on my torso area than it was before. I don't even think that has anything to do with surgery, but because anything hormonal was way back in the hysterectomy, and I had that a while ago. So maybe it's just because I'm getting older. I don't know, but I am noticing more hair. If you have any questions, or you want to have someone to talk to, and I don't mind, I just say be mindful. Like, do your own research first. Most people do, but do your own research first before you come to me, because a lot of the stuff that people ask me is like basic stuff you could really just Google or watch my videos, because I talk about pretty basic stuff. Like, for the people that are not in the trans community, it might be hard to understand or follow sometimes, but honestly, I don't think it is. But I've done a shit ton of research, honestly. So for me, it's kind of like, once you know something, it's hard to unknow it. Try to be patient with people. But like, again, you can hit me up on the Facebook, Deshawn, and answer or ask me questions in my inbox or whatever, and I'll answer them. I be really wanting to tell y'all about me, but but I really don't have a lot going on. So I want to like make an about me video, but I don't know if anybody even cares to watch things about me other than, a lot of people want to actually see my day. Maybe one day, I will show one day. And I'll show you the when I first got it done versus the healed. And I can't wait till when I get the ED and all of that and see that healed. And then I'll finally be done with everything. I've had does it sink or float? Mine floats. I don't know what everybody else's does. I don't care what everybody else's does, but mine dig floats. This is the end unless you want to watch about me section. Things about me, like I love to laugh. And it's a lot of the times it's really hard for me too, because I guess I feel like my sense of humor is different from everybody else's. I have friends and I'm still a lot of the times to myself, to the point where sometimes they just stop inviting me to stuff because they know I ain't coming. But not because I don't want to be around them. It's just I find so much comfort in the comfort of my home. And so sometimes it's really hard for me to get out of the house. So the whole point of me even buying the camera that I'm recording from right now is so it's like I can go out and take pictures and make videos and stuff, and I have yet to do that because I have not left my house. And my wife is my best friend, so I have a lot of really great close friends, best friends, but my wife is my best friend. And sometimes she gets on my damn nerves, but I swear I wouldn't trade it for anything, because that's just what relationships are, right? She's from Philly. I'm from here, and like we literally met on Facebook. I love R&B music, especially 90s music, because I love to sing. Girl, it's only you. Have it your way. And if you want, you can decide. Then if you have me, I can provide everything that you desire. And I used to have another channel way back when of me singing, but I deleted that because that was my past life. So I don't even think I have those videos anymore. I don't even know what to say. There's some cool people that I've seen on Facebook, and we've like interacted on Facebook and stuff, and I still to this day never even met them. So like I say, I really be in the house, but driving to me is nothing. It's just about I have a hard time wanting to get out of the house, wanting to leave, wanting to get up out of the bed sometimes, and it's not because I'm lazy. Like once I'm doing something, like I do it hard. I'm that's just me. I have to get motivated to do stuff. So I'm just trying to look for new things to do, new people to hang out with. It's hard to do that because nobody lives in this city. Out of respect for myself and out of respect for me not wanting to disrespect anybody verbally, I stay away from certain people. And it's not really because they even did me anything. It's more or so just because I don't like to put myself in those environments with that type of energy. And it's a protect my peace type of deal. If I don't have to deal with you, I won't deal with you. And it's been bringing me a lot of peace. So I suffer from depression and anxiety really bad. So I actually take medicine for it now. I feel like it's working. I don't know if that's like the placebo effect or it's actually working, but I don't have as many bad days as I used to. So anyway, I said that to say, I really would like to get out and meet more people. I just gotta, get out of my comfort zone so I can meet new people. I also love to dance, or I used to dance a lot when I was younger, but as you grow up, you kind of get over certain things. I don't get over it, but it's not as exciting as it used to be. So, and the music is so much different now. It's not really a lot that I get into. And I realize this video is turning out a lot longer than I wanted it to be. It's like
because I combined basically what should have been 2 videos into one, but I didn't feel the need to make a whole new video for the about me, because it's not gonna be long at all. I don't think so. So I really appreciate anybody that's made it this far to the video. Please subscribe, like, and comment. And as always, I thank each and every one of y'all for watching.